Well, I love that umbrella guy.
My wife and I love that umbrella guy. We love that umbrella guy.
So if you love that umbrella guy too, make sure that you're subbed. Make sure that you hit that bell for daily notifications. And if you want to go further, and again, you're under no obligation to do so. I try to mention that every time. But say you don't want to build an extension to your house or don't want to name your firstborn child after this, but want to help out in some other way, there are links in the description. One of those is the case of the littlest umbrella. And this, it's in demand now. We have basically decided that we would keep it in demand at least for a few more weeks to allow people that possibly missed out on being able to back. This is one of the ways that we circumvent gatekeepers, and well, gatekeepers, they are indeed abounding. That's one of the messages that you see time and again. Gatekeepers are trying to lock people out of whatever is out there because, hey, they feel that they are allowed to. They feel that they can basically force their way into something. They can force people to capitulate and concede. And well, that is pretty far from the case. That's why you see things like we're going to talk about today. Something like this. Now, this announcement, too, I can verify that this indeed is transpiring. I heard about it before Ricada actually mentioned that. I heard about it from a source that I definitely trust. I would say that's 155% verified. So, yeah, Anime Matsuri. I've just been informed that Anime Matsuri has retained Ty Beard. So they're going to be represented by Ty Beard, Harris, and Flamethrower. We're going to see that, taken to the social media stage as well. Looks like they're tired of garbage heaps trying to intimidate their guests. Consider yourselves on notice. And that's one thing that you should definitely check out. I did a video in the past talking about what exactly places like Boycott Anime Matsuri have tried to do. And there's definitely this push to intimidate guests. It's not just specific guests out there, like say a Vic Mignogna either. Oh no, we're talking about guests that basically, they say they're going to show up. Well, they get snowballed with, why are you going to be at a convention that promotes X? Or why are you at a convention that talks to voice actor Y? These things over and over again. They set a standard that says we think that we can operate with impunity. We think that we can do anything that we want to conventions because, hey, who's going to hold us accountable? Well, again, Beard, Harris, and Flamethrower, they might just be the place to do so. Now, if you're wondering exactly what's been going on out there, too, you should check out places like Boycott Anime Matsuri. Or better yet, you can go to videos that condense the behavior of this. Because what's crazy about places like Boycott Anime Matsuri is they put together a stage show that popped up in 2018, around the time a certain hashtag popped up. But they go back to 2015, 2014, and they talk about things that they want to say that they have a problem with there. What's even more telling are the certain voices out there that have picked up this banner and said, let's burn down Anime Matsuri, let's go out and let's deplatform them, not just trying to get people to leave, but trying to get public officials, I'll show you that in just a minute, or trying to get the convention to actually push them out as well. Those people, they didn't have a problem with what was brought up in, say, 2015. Or 2016, or 2017. They only had a problem with it in 2018 and beyond, when that certain banner, it was held aloft, and well, we start seeing these attempts to burn things down. These attempts, too, if you think that they have, stopped in some way, shape, or form, well, I would direct you to items like this. You'll find them out there. This is talking about Anime Matsuri. It's talking about representation, of certain folks out there. And it's talking about, again, trying to intimidate and trying to coerce, because that's the face of what these folks do. They don't do it with any kind of obfuscation either. They do it right out in the open. They say, hey, you know what? We have a current year agenda, and we're going to burn this platform down. Why? Well, because we can. I mean, ultimately because we can. That's all it takes these days. You have a quote unquote cause. You don't have anything really to substantiate said cause, but you go out and you say coercion. You go out and you say intimidation. You scream it loud enough until that you try to make all of it real. That is one of the reasons that I support Anime Matsuri, and I will be going there. And one of the reasons, too, that I make light of a lot of the stuff that has come up, because really, imagine the landscape that is being propagated here. Imagine what exactly certain people want to put out into the mainstream, want to make our collective knees, hit the floor for, because we either capitulate to the demands or else. When we make light of this stuff, it's because we see people being burned down because of hugs, because of standing in line and getting pictures and actually being met with professionalism, because of complaints about professionalism in other avenues, and saying that somehow escalates to a matter of burning folks down. I think there's a good article that captures this. This is from Bounding Into Comics. I will link this. One of the things that I want to say about Bounding Into Comics too, they are another source that has taken a beating because they went out and they have actually talked about stuff like this. Things that, of course, again, in this current year, you don't want to be questioned if you're on the other side of things, because if things start getting questioned, if you start asking questions, then you might actually unveil the reality of something far more insidious. That's why I like Bounding Into Comics, because, they speak about things and they've taken their lumps for it. They lost a 250,000 plus member fan page because, they go out and they speak on these things. They also, they've lost their comps from Marvel, because even though a Marvel Comics will tell you that the people that are out there saying terrible things, they're quote unquote freelancers, Marvel will punish you for talking about that. So isn't that an interesting setup too? But anyhow, they do an article here and they capture so much of this story about what happened from 2015 and on. But if you go and you look that up, the real damage, the real stage that was being set was right about here. You have Anime Matsuri announce, hey, is everyone enjoying Dragon Ball Super Broly now playing in theaters? Say hello to the voice of Broly, amongst many others. Vic Mignogna will be joining us for Anime Matsuri on June the 13th through the 16th, 2019 at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston. Join us so you see that announcement. And of course, they're right on top of it. You've got to be kidding me here. Now, when you see a lot of this statements that come up too, you have statements about that saying, hey, in nowadays social media climate, accusations like these are an everyday thing, specifically if you're shining and bright. We receive mail after mail, comment after comment trying to make Anime Matsuri remove you from the guest list. Ain't going to happen because we believe in you. You can see them talking to Vic Mignogna there. Boycott Anime Matsuri. Of course, they're throwing things out. And you look at the pressure they're trying to bring forward, because in this day and age, platforms like Twitter, they are owned by this. They are owned by veritable lynch mobs that get together and they try to burn people down. I also put together a lot of this stuff. I talked about all of the moves, and some of them are like this, where you start tagging in representatives where you want to basically cause this platform problems. I mean, can you imagine that? Hey, Texas representatives, we have a problem about what's going on because this convention center is being utilized to house this guy who has accusations against him. And look at what we've been saying about Anime Matsuri. Maybe we can put enough pressure in there to burn these people down. You also see them trying to get the press involved. Hey, look at this here. Look at what we're doing. Can we get enough pressure out there to try to burn these people out? Because they would not capitulate to our demands. Anybody that tells you when they were out there trying to do all of that stuff, when they were trying to get together and say, hey, you know, this Vic Mignogna, he's not welcome. Any convention that basically staffs him, we're going to oppose. When they say that word oppose, this is what it looks like. They tried to not only deplatform the man, but they tried to deplatform the convention as well through any means necessary. It has been absolutely crazy to see. Now, Anime Matsuri, they actually backed YouTubers out trying to get the message, because that's what you do. You go and you get the message out to people that are talking to fandom. You say, hey, this convention's on. We're going to be, you're not only the second largest anime convention out there, but we're going to have Vic Mignogna. When you do that, well, you get judged because of the platforms that you actually back there too. It's interesting. They will use anything to weaponize. They will use anything to try to bring harm to a place like Anime Matsuri. So, of course, Anime Matsuri, they're backed into a corner and they're trying to fight back. I mean, wouldn't you? I definitely would. But anyhow, you tell me what you think about this stuff. And again, confirmed, Ty Beard will be representing Anime Matsuri. So like I said at the beginning, if you like this kind of content, make sure that you're subbed. Make sure you hit that bell for daily notifications. Like videos that you like. That definitely helps out as well. And if you want to go further, you know, under no obligation to do so, but if you want to, well, links in the description. One of those, Case of the Littlest Umbrella, basically was a beautiful way to send messages to gatekeepers out there. We will not be promoting this in another fashion. We're doing it this way, and then afterwards, I mean, if there are copies left over, great. If we ever try to reprint or anything, they will be branded a second printing. There will be no more first printings, and we're not going to be knocking off prices or anything else to do so. This is the way that you get that now. This is the best way to do it. And, you know, it's a good message that we send to gatekeepers. We've got to send these messages to gatekeepers, too. Whether that's a boycott Anime Matsuri, whether that's people in anime, whether that's in comics, it doesn't matter out there. You go out, you send your message, you mock the idea that these people can make you do a specific thing because, hey, we're the ones that are out here making things possible. You make things possible. That's what I want to end on too. Thanking you for making endeavors possible. These people, they seem to forget you all the time. They forgot us. They forgot so many others. We went out and did our own thing because of it. And well, you do not have to listen to gatekeepers. You make your endeavor possible. You go out, you support the Anime Matsuris, the people that stand up to these social media groundswells, these tides that think that they can force places to go and capitulate to their demands because, hey, we don't have to listen. None of us have to listen to them. So again, thank you for making this endeavor possible. I appreciate you. I appreciate this community, and we'll do this again very soon. Thanks.